Today is quarantine day number... Okay, I don't remember, but hey, while we're all locked away in the house, we got some more pro wrestling news, and I'm going to bring it to you right here, right now on Destination PW.
You have arrived at your destination.
Do you want more pro wrestling news? Go ahead and click that subscribe button and ring the bell. This way you get notified on all the latest content right here on Destination PW. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to DPW. It's your boy Ango at Tango with Ango on Twitter and Instagram. Make sure you guys follow me if you want to stay updated with everything that's going on. Just hanging out, doing the quarantine, staying in the house several days in a row now, bringing you guys multiple news videos. So if you guys may have not gotten any notification from YouTube, no big deal. Just check out the links in the description. It's going to have a couple of my most recent uploads. But with that being said, guys, we got some very interesting news today. WWE Money in the Bank pay-per-view scheduled to take place in Baltimore, Maryland, May 9th. And it looks like, according to WrestleVotes, this is just not going to happen. It looks like WWE is either going to cancel or postpone the event. But this right here actually leads to some bigger news. And truth be told, guys, this bigger news is really important because it could impact WWE. And it kind of has to do with the roster, and there's just so much that gets involved with this. So we're going to kind of break it down, and I want to know what you guys think. So as always, guys, don't forget to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. And most importantly, I'm going to be checking out the comments, talking with you guys. I know not everybody has social media, so I'm going to try to be there to help you guys pass time during a time that is very, very hard for everybody. So as you guys know, during this entire crisis, the global pandemic has taken over. It's really impacted WWE and AEW. And WWE, we've kind of talked about it on the channel. Like I said, I'll put some links in the description. But we kind of talked about WWE in the sense that there are a couple things right now that is really troubling for the company. And that's obviously due to the fact that the state of Florida is currently shut down. AEW is kind of facing the same problems because Florida was shut down, and now where they were recording Dynamite this past week was in Georgia. They've also been shut down. So WWE and AEW are trying to find ways to produce content and everything, but right now, nobody knew what was going to happen to Money in the Bank. And because WWE cannot fulfill Money in the Bank in an arena, nobody really knows if WWE even has an option to film content anywhere at this point. I don't know which states are completely quarantined and which ones aren't, but the fact that WWE's pretty much largest facility that they can use at this point is shut down by the state, it's being said that WWE did pre-record some content throughout the next few weeks to at least have an episode or two of Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. Now, based on that information right there, that tells me WWE does not have enough content to go into May, which therefore would build into Money in the Bank. So WrestleVotes, who has broken some pretty interesting stories in the past, I would say I think this is a good idea for WWE to really go forward with that off-season idea. Now, I actually talked about this in a previous video, that WWE was possibly considering pulling the plug on airing Raw, SmackDown, and NXT for the foreseeable future. And while I think it's a big possibility WWE can do that, I have seen a lot of people on social media talk about the idea. And I'm really curious. In all honesty, I'm really curious to know what you guys think, because this could potentially work for both companies. But WWE and AEW are really, really good with telling stories in a cinematic way. So with AEW, you kind of see it through their video packages. You see it with Matt Hardy. WWE, you've seen it your entire life. WWE has been really good about creating video packages. It gets people hyped for matches. At this rate, an iPhone 11 can take 4K video. I'm not saying it's going to be the most incredible production, but I have seen people on Twitter specifically mention the idea of WWE superstars literally working from home, cutting promos, doing interviews with WWE personnel through their webcam, through their phones, through FaceTime, and then having WWE air it on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And the more and more that I thought about this idea, I got to be completely honest with you guys, at first I absolutely hated it. But look at AEW and WWE. WWE has a plethora of content on the WWE network. You don't have to be wrestling to produce content. And when you look at AEW and what they do with being the elite, I would say the same for them. Now, these are two big pay-per-views because if Money in the Bank is canceled in the beginning of May, then Double or Nothing is probably going to follow suit at the end of May. But I just don't know what WWE plans to do. Obviously, WrestleVotes saying that WWE could be canceling or postponing the pay-per-view is a very, very big deal. I'm assuming this is going to hurt WWE financially. Even though they have some very big television deals, I'm not sure if WWE financially needs to keep all of the roster that they've been hoarding. And this is something that's kind of been speculation. So I do want to add that too. This part specifically, there has been speculation that WWE may do some roster cuts, which quite honestly, at this moment in time, I would say it's probably the worst thing you could do as a corporation, as a billion-dollar company. I think cutting any sort of employee at a time of a national crisis is just insane. But the idea that WWE could have some roster cuts underway is very interesting. But it also leads me to think WWE kind of did this to themselves in the sense that they literally signed so much talent and they don't use any of them. And I don't want to get off track here, but Money in the Bank pay-per-view is a pay-per-view that is known for making new stars. At least it should be. The idea of the Money in the Bank contract, I think, John Cena, Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar, those are a few examples of where I didn't personally agree with the outcome, even though it was still cool. It still ended up being fine. I didn't agree with that, and I think WWE should use this match to build superstars. I don't know, you got a guy like EC3 who has pretty much been quarantined for like the last 4 years with WWE. No joke, like this guy's been with WWE for so long, and they're not doing anything with him. And I understand that Vince, there's a lot of talk about Vince not liking certain guys or not, whatever it may be. I understand that. But these guys who have been proven to be successful elsewhere, WWE does nothing with them. Yet they sign them, give them a big contract, and they literally sit at home. The idea that WWE could be cutting some of these guys without realizing their true potential is an issue. Especially because these guys cannot just easily walk into another wrestling promotion. These guys will not get a paycheck from AEW or Impact or ROH or New Japan because this whole crisis that's taking place is impacting so many people. I love the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. I really, really do. I'm excited for WrestleMania. I've said this selfishly before. Like, I am selfish because I want to watch pro wrestling with or without a crowd. I don't care. But at the end of the day, Money in the Bank not taking place. Maybe Raw, SmackDown, NXT can follow. It's going to derail a lot of momentum for WWE, which is why I've said this in previous videos. It is so incredibly important for WWE to come back with a bang, because if they don't, it could hurt them. And quite honestly, I don't want to see that happen. I think, I've said this a million times, there are far bigger problems out there than whether or not WWE is going to have a good or bad product. Obviously, we all know that. But I am curious to see what happens. I am very, very curious. And I hope this doesn't hurt WWE. And most importantly, I hope this doesn't hurt companies like Impact, ROH, AEW. I know AEW is far larger than Impact and ROH at this point, but AEW is a very, very new company. I don't want to see this crisis impact the wrestling industry, because a lot of my friends, and myself included, we work in this industry. Whether it's YouTube videos or whether it's interviews with wrestlers, whether it's producing content online, whether it's physically wrestling, whatever it may be, wrestling, it's kind of like the saving grace right now for a lot of people. So I know we kind of talked about ratings in a previous video, but we could discuss ratings all we want. Is it a concern? Yeah, of course it's a concern to an extent, but at the end of the day, there are far larger problems right now, and I think that's kind of why we're in a situation where truly I don't know what to expect, and nor do I really care, as long as everybody is safe and happy and healthy. And, I'm going to say, honestly, I appreciate a lot of you guys reaching out to me, just checking in on me, during this quarantine, I've made so many videos. I'm not looking at the number of views, guys. I'm not looking at statistics or analytics or anything like that. I'm literally just producing content, talking about the stuff that I want to talk about. And we're just going to have fun with this, man. We're just going to have fun with this. It's not about me making $1 million on YouTube or me making $5 on YouTube. All right. Like, I literally just want to produce content. I haven't had this much time to do so. And, eventually I do want to make this my full-time gig. That could happen with your guys' support. So make sure you guys click that subscribe button, leave a comment, click that like button, drop a like on this video, and share this video. And if you guys ring the bell, this way you guys get notified on all the videos. I don't know if YouTube's even doing that at this point, guys, but show your support. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Money in the Bank canceled. This stuff is crazy, man, but I'm going to bring you guys more updates as time goes on. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.
You have arrived at your destination.